Hey,
And you're on.
we are. No intro. I guess that was
I may
an
have
intro.
missed it. That was an intro.
That was. Well, good morning. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM, streaming live on the web 24/7 all over the world at WLCNonline.com. I'm Scott Kirby, along with Joe Ryan, and we are at Joe Ryan's Financial outside here. Any specials going on today, Joe?
A lot of specials, free insurance reviews, and we got some T-shirts to toss out to some kids. I think there's only one extra large, so you'll have to get here quick. But we got some for the kids we can throw out.
Unless you're
Joe Ryan shirts.
That's right. Speaking of kids, we have Logan Baker and Emma Baker with us this morning. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
Logan, you're going in the second grade, right?
Yep.
Emma, you're going in the fourth grade.
Yep.
Okay.
What schools?
CEL.
CEL?
CEL.
Is that the Panthers?
Yep.
Yep.
Did you guys go eat breakfast in there? Yeah.
Who bought breakfast?
Dad.
Dad. Where's he at?
Over there.
Good looking guy, isn't he? Taking care of. He got a nice ride out front, doesn't he?
His Ram looks a lot better than Joe's Ram.
Yes, it does.
There's a little lot less rust.
That's what people with money have, one of those.
Which I can't talk because I'm driving on rust. So, what sports you guys play?
Wrestling and football.
Football. How about you, Emma?
I'm doing tumbling.
Tumbling.
Tumbling, you'll be a cheerleader someday? Maybe
Yeah.
volleyball player? No?
That probably no, because I don't really like that. I don't know why though.
You don't? You will someday.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Hey, now you got game today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And tomorrow.
You get the game today and tomorrow?
Where at?
Where's the one tomorrow, Dad? Rochester.
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 What about today?
Lincoln.
It's here? Is
Yep.
it just like a scrimmage or is it a real game?
Yep.
Really?
And who you playing today, do you know? Another team?
Springfield.
Oh, that's good. Springfield. What position you play?
Wide receiver. Taylorville.
What? Taylorville? You play wide receiver? You play some defense too?
This wide receiver.
Your dad was a football player, you know that, don't you? And he was a wrestler.
What's the date today? I gotta make sure I'm not supposed to be reffing today.
Holy cow. Did you say that on the air?
Hey Ferris, if you're listening, am I supposed to be reffing today? Got a game, so. But what position you play? Did you ask him that?
Yeah.
What was it?
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver? I'm worried about I'm supposed to be reffing.
Now we've
You had a
lost
game
total
to-
composure
Yeah.
from you. So who's your favorite baseball team? You got
Cardinals.
Well, how about you? Try again.
The same.
No.
one? What about football team? Cardinals?
No.
Packers.
Wow.
Packers, that's
I
not
like
bad.
Bears.
Yes.
All right, the Bears and the
Man,
Packers.
how can you be a Cardinal
of my
fan and a
family-
Packer fan?
Most of our family likes Bears, and he's mostly the only Packers.
Well, I would kick him out.
Me too.
I would make
There's
you sleep
nothing
in
wrong
the
with a good Packer fan. I'm all right with that.
His dad,
Nice job.
what's dad? Is he a Bears fan?
Bears.
Yeah, you would be living in the garage or in a truck down by the river.
Our aunt and uncle, they're Packers fans.
Well, then you'd be living with them.
Okay.
They have a room for you?
Yep.
Yeah? We'll get you to be a Bears fan before the season's over.
Okay.
Because
No,
they're going to
you
be
just
ahead
stay
of the
with those
Packers.
Packers. They're all right.
I am.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Cheer who you want for. Or two, or however that
Who you-
works.
Okay. Go Packers!
Nice job. You guys like to swim? We asked you that earlier, huh?
You guys like to
Tell them
swim?
about that.
How would you guys like 2 tickets to the Knights Action Park?
Me? Sure.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We love it.
We love it.
You guys deserve those for coming on the air and talking with us.
Pretty good. You guys are pretty good on the radio, you know it? You want to give a shout out to anybody? Say hi to anybody out there?
Sure.
Tell them something.
Hello, guys.
Oh, you took that shout literally, didn't you? You can just talk into that mic and tell who you want to say hi to. Mom, Dad, anybody?
Hi, Dad.
Pretty sure he can hear you.
How about a girlfriend? You got a girlfriend you want to show?
No.
No? How about you, Emma?
No.
No? No boyfriend? No?
No.
Hi, Mom, Dad?
I'm not even allowed.
How about your teacher? You know who your teachers are this year? Who's your teacher?
Miss K?
Miss K?
That was my teacher from last year.
Oh, no.
And this year is Mrs. Splain.
Mrs. Splain, well, you're going to be seeing those teachers here in a couple of days, so give them a shout out. You know, you got to brown nose your teachers so you can get
You got to
good
tell them
grades.
your favorite teachers, right?
Yep. They're your favorite teachers?
You going to win the game today? That's what I like to hear.
Okay. Who's your quarterback? Does he throw you the ball?
I got 3 of them.
You got 3 quarterbacks?
2 third-grade quarterbacks and 1 second-grade quarterback.
They don't all play at the same time, though. Like I say, you can't. You only have 1 quarterback.
Only 1.
Only 1?
We mostly have
In charge of a sports show.
third-grade quarterback.
Okay. You don't know his name?
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
Kobe and
Got you
Darren.
working here now.
Kobe and Darren. Now your sister can't leave. She has to hold the sign up.
Sign holder.
What time's your game?
10.
10. Okay. Well,
All right.
you better get ready.
We might come out and see you.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Okay.
Hey, you guys did a good job on the radio. Nice work.
Good job.
See you at Knights Action Park.
Okay.
Look for this guy. He's a lifeguard there.
You are?
Yeah, just don't drown because I can't save you. I swim like a rock. All right.
See you guys.
That's Logan and Emma Baker.
They came by to visit us today. That's nice.
They went up. They had to get a pre-game meal. Logan's got a game at 10.
I hope he loaded up on some pancakes.
You know, you got to get those proteins and carbs and, you know.
Proteins, carbs, sugars. Get some syrup in you.
All that
I think
stuff.
he was drinking coffee.
I don't know. He might have had a couple Red Bulls. He's a little pumped up.
He got some Red Bulls going. That'll help you. Some people tell me Red Bull's unhealthy for you, but I'm not so sure.
Well, they give you wings. Is that unhealthy?
I don't know. Is it any worse for you than coffee or pop or Gatorade?
You know, it's probably all the sugars. It's not real good for you because it's loaded with sugar.
Well, you know, they say Gatorade, if you want make Gatorade at home, just make some Kool-Aid and throw some salt in it.
Really?
So it's not, and then, you know, Gatorade's expensive, like it's doing something healthy for us, and I'm not sure it is.
It flies off the shelves.
Yeah, kids, they've really sold that name.
Yeah.
Gatorade.
Joe, while we're talking here, let's like to give
Morning.
come on through, buddy. We'd like to say good luck tonight.
The jogger went by there.
Yeah. Get him in the 5K. Good luck.
Looks like he's the leader.
He wins. Heads up, cameraman.
We'll get ran over.
Yeah. It's dangerous down here.
This is a dangerous part of town, downtown.
Hope we have work comp insurance because our cameraman's about to get hit. Good luck tonight to Vienna Kodat. Vienna won first place in the semi-stock class at the Logan County Fair Demolition Derby. And tonight she's headed south to try her luck at the Illinois State Fair.
Her jogger went back by. It was just funny.
All right. Are you listening to me?
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
She's
Going down the State Fair, Vienna.
Yeah. She's accompanied by her crack pit crew, Jason Kodat and Ashley Williams, and her kids and her pep squad, Moose, George, Bam Bam, and the Duke. Good luck, Vienna. I hope those are nicknames.
Moose, George, Bam Bam, and the Duke.
Duke.
I like that.
Those kids kick butt.
First place.
First
At the
place.
Logan County Fair. Okay, I was just reading that. Rereading that.
That's
All right.
got to be.
And that's tonight at the State Fair.
State Fair.
Though, huh? All
That's
right.
got to be a pretty big deal down the State Fair Demolition Derby. It probably brings in. I bet you the pot on that thing is pretty big.
It's big. I'll keep looking at Jim because I know that he's a State Fair
You're
goer.
our producer, Jim. You're supposed to have answers. I think we ought to get Jim in one of those next year, a demolition derby.
I'll drive your car.
Yeah, I'll drive my truck.
No, the car.
No, not the car. That's not even funny to talk about.
Well, hey, we got a stuffed Aria pizza to give away. We had Knights Action Parks tickets to give away. We gave those away.
The winners already stopped
Those
by.
kids want to go swimming,
That's right.
and there's not too many good weekends left.
Has there been a good weekend?
No. My pool is green again. It looks like a swamp because I haven't even taken care of it. I don't even care anymore.
Oh,
Because
come
it's so
on.
cold you can't swim.
Yeah, you can't swim. It's amazing. This summer's been. It's had to have been. I haven't checked any records books, but it's had to have been the coolest summer we've had.
I'm not
in a long
complaining.
time.
I like it.
Oh yeah,
It's been good.
I hate the heat.
Yeah. And
I thought it would at least heat up for football. You know, usually when double session
it
started,
will.
it gets
It'll
hot.
be about 110
Well, we've
degrees.
had a week of it. We only have one more week.
Well, be careful what you ask for.
It can heat up.
It will heat up.
They've changed football. It's not like it used to be. It's not as hot. It's not as
Not as grueling and tough. Back in the day,
It's true.
You know, there was no rules and
I
regulations.
can remember when Renner was here, we had 3 practices a day. You know,
I remember
3 times for 3 hours.
getting up at 6 a.m., getting out there, practice, come home for an hour, eat, go back out. I mean, we had 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah.
And
Now
it
it's
was-
3 and 5 every
Yeah.
other day. So, I mean, I don't know if that. I mean, you know, you can't. You have to protect the kids. I guess if that's the way it should be. That's the way it
Nobody
should be.
protected us.
No, and look at you.
I know, we're good.
You were right here earlier and asked if there were 3 quarterbacks on the field at once.
No, I was asking a question. I
Oh,
wanted
just
to get
checking.
the answer. I know football.
You were fishing then.
It's fishing.
Nice work.
Fishing.
That's why we have you on here.
I'm a fisher.
But it is a good day today to buy insurance. Since we're here and we're open, you know what I mean? It's a good day to stop by
I've
and
only
get some
got
insurance.
45 minutes to get here.
Call now if you'd like to get some insurance.
Because then he's closed.
No, we'll be here cleaning up for a little bit.
Oh.
Where's Jake at today? We lost
Jake's
him,
in Vegas.
Now,
He's
is that
like-
considered a sport? I mean, you can swim in a pool, but
Yeah, I'd say pool's a sport.
it's not a swimming contest he's in,
No,
right?
you're hitting balls.
That's why, I'm not sure that's
Jake's
a sport.
pretty good at that too, I guess.
Yeah, he's...
You got to be to go to Vegas.
Yeah,
You know,
they must be.
Wonder if he'll run into Mr. Chow.
He probably will run into Mr. Chow and eat. Mr. Chow is a restaurant out there.
No, it's actually. Have you ever watched The Hangover?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I know who he is.
Well, go with me there.
I went with you. The Hangover. You watch movies like that?
Oh yeah.
Does your wife know you watch movies like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's on cable TV. It's
I
not
thought it was
like,
rated R.
it's not like you have to go in the back section at Family Video to get it. Where you go.
I haven't been in Family Video in a long time.
Oh, he's got Netflix. I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what it is the start of, though? I guess we'll get started with something. It is the start of high school football, and so we've been out there all week, and the kids are working hard. In 2 weeks we'll have our first Friday night game. That means
2
the
weeks.
fall's
So
here.
soda pop game or whatever you call that's coming up.
That's Friday night.
Meet the Railers.
Meet the Railers is this Friday night.
School starts Monday.
Yep, school will be in session. It's time. It's the greatest time of the year. Those first 3 games or so, it's still like humid and hot out. But boy, you get in that 4th, 5th game, homecoming gets here, the fall sets in. It's my favorite time of the year. Yours?
Oh, absolutely. It's better than Christmas.
Yeah.
Love it. Fantasy football. We'll talk a little bit about that later.
Fantasy football gets going. College football gets going.
NFL's
Mr.
going.
Clem,
High school. It's great.
It all gets rolling, and the next thing you know, it's Santa Claus time, and you're getting me gifts for Christmas.
Yeah, well,
like last year.
I got yours already picked out.
Yeah, I know you did.
It's awesome.
I'm going to pick you one, too, if you know what I mean. Talk about that, Lincoln football. We got meet the Raiders. They're going to scrimmage this morning. Right now, we're going to have a scrimmage here. I'm going to get out of here. I'll be a little late, but we're going to scrimmage this morning. Start figuring out some starting positions. Open up with Southeast.
Is that a home game?
That's a home game. So I was going to say, Jim McZamos will be out there. He'll have all the hot dogs and brats going. They don't know how good Southeast is going to be. They have a new coach this year, new head coach coming in. I believe he's a defensive coordinator from Belleville-Althoff. Belleville-Althoff, they have a tradition of being a good team. So I imagine he's a pretty good coach. But hopefully, they'll be in their first game of a new system, and the Raiders can take advantage of that. Put a W up on the board, get it started. Because the next week we take off to Chatham, when they'll be good.
I don't know. They might be down this year.
Yeah,
Don't you have like 3 weeks in a row?
They might take those 120 kids and not be very good.
Yeah.
Southeast said they had 41 kids out for freshman football. 41.
That's probably what we have out through the whole system.
We have
isn't it?
58 in the whole program. They have 40 or 41 freshmen out.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Those will dwindle down as the season goes with ineligibility, and
they'll lose some.
It's Southeast.
I think the conference is loaded again this year, though.
Yeah,
if you're a high school football fan,
we've talked about this year in, year out, Joe. That Central State 8's got to be one of the toughest conferences of football in the state of Illinois.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you look at our top 3 teams: SHG, Chatham, and Rochester. They're playoffs every year, and even Jacksonville 4.
If you went in the 20 years of, hey, Big Rod Clark. Big Rod driving by. We need to have that guy on.
You should have threw a shirt in the window.
We're going to talk about Rod. I hope hey, you listening, Rod? Wave at me if you're listening.
You got to wait 7 seconds. 1, 2.
1003, 1004.
Oh, no, he's not listening.
We're going to throw some Rod Clark trivia out there because I happen to have some from a buddy, Scotty Neese.
Just off the wall, you have the guy just drives by. And
hey, you know what? It reminded me to say something. So you know what? You better be listening, Rod Clark. Drive back around the block. It's pretty good stuff. But, the Central State 8 stuff, I think if you went back to the beginning of the Central State 8, I won't be exactly correct because I'm never exactly correct on anything. Ask my wife. But the I believe out of the 20 years of Central State 8, you could pull up 10 state champions in football. I mean, with Chatham getting in there for 1, and Rochester's had 4, and Griffin's had 4 more, maybe.
Yeah.
Close to half the time we've been in Central State 8, we've had a state champion out of that football conference, and many times had them play and get beat, for a state championship. So it's a tough conference, and they're it's unfortunate that we're in that conference. But if you're a football guy or a high school football fan, you should get out here when they come and play in Lincoln. Get out and take a look at these teams, man. They're some good football teams.
Well, we got 2 new teams this year in the conference, the Decatur schools, Eisenhower and MacArthur. How do you guys go about getting any scout tape on them?
Well, they'll have to follow conference rules when we get going, to exchange on Huddle. Huddle's a program out there on the internet now. It's all changed where, you used to have to meet someone somewhere and pick up your last 3 game films.
So you have to put your game tapes on Huddle?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. And you got to put them out there and let, everyone in the conference had it going on until
that's
these two schools.
Just a Central State 8 conference rule.
Well, I don't know that you can make. I'd be speaking out there, and that'd be a Sam Knox question. But everyone has agreed upon it. So I think it was a conference rule that the coaches got together and said, "Hey, let's all get on it." It makes life easier. It's you can't make it unfair. Some team not get to see your films and you play them. So everyone has it now. And I don't know about the 2 Decatur schools yet, but where you can just go on and watch all of their film. The 2 coaches talk at the same time.
Well, that just kind of eliminates the work. I mean, that's just, here's my game tape.
Well, the only work to that was you had to drive somewhere and get it.
Right, but I mean, you had to actually call somebody, say, hey, can I get this game tape? Either they say yes or no.
Well, no, you always had to exchange 3.
Huh?
You always had to exchange 3.
You don't have to do anything.
Oh, yeah.
You say my camera didn't work. I don't have any game tape.
Hey, believe me, we've had some pretty poor photography in the past, and and then you start arguments.
It's tough to
because
do.
you get them back, at another time. You send them one of us filming the courthouse and going, "Oh, sorry, man, it's the wrong tape." Well, yes, that's happened.
Filming a football game is hard to do. I have Lloyd. He can attest to this. Although I guarantee he's better than I am. But I'm watching the game. You look down, the camera's right here.
It's right. You're right.
I can't do it. It's hard.
And a lot of times, we'll see where the camera got set somewhere because of a timeout, and they're like watching the crowd. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing you know, the game started. They missed 2 plays.
No, it's hard.
So
that's why I was banned from filming our kids' games when they were little, because I'm filming the grass and the game's going on.
I bet they could hear you in the background, though.
No, I wasn't really.
You're not a screamer?
Just when I got home, I'd get the 2x4 out and smack them upside the head a couple of times.
Well, they anyway, we'll exchange film with them. We don't know too much about, the unfortunate thing is, you play like Chatham, and they're going to run counter trade. Well, they're going to dump the ball down the middle of the field, the tight end, but you still got to stop them, and they're perfectionists at it. I don't know what either one of these Decatur schools will throw at us. If I was comparing the schools, I would compare.
Probably to the Southeast, like an
Athletically, I would compare Eisenhower to Southeast, where they have the athletes and they've been through some coaching changes, so they're not as organized as in MacArthur, who would be more like a Lanphier that's had some coaches stick around a little bit. They've done a little better in that conference over there. I did see on the Central State 8 preview where they said they were excited to get over here in this conference and they wanted to play our big boys, and I was kind of laughing, thinking,
"Be careful."
I'm not sure you want to, but
no.
we'll just,
because they've never.
You'll have a little penicillin here.
They've never seen anything like that. I can guarantee they haven't seen an SHG at Rochester, a Jacksonville, a Chatham. Just the size alone. Yeah, they may be quick, but they don't like to get hit.
Yeah,
and they're going to get hit.
And you're talking about schools that play year round, and obviously MacArthur and Eisenhower, they're not playing football year round, so they're going to get teed off on. Right. They just don't know it yet. They will.
Well, Joe, let's take a time out so we can get our sponsors on here. We'd like to thank Jake's Furnishings, Jim Grimaldi, criminal defense attorney, the Christian Village, Eaton Corp., St. Clair's Manor, Lincoln College, Timbercrest Veterinary Service, PC in Atlanta and Lincoln, Fricky Calvert Schrader Funeral Homes, Community Action, Schneider Chiropractic Center, Blow No Smoke, Joe Ryan Country Financial.
Free insurance quotes today.
That's where we're at. And shirts.
Free insurance quotes.
Sure.
Now, if you want one, it's $10. But
Okay. Well, I'll give you $4.50 for it. Mission Martin Lincoln and the Lincoln Hampton Inn. I'd like to thank those sponsors for sponsoring the show. Without them,
otherwise, they can't listen to us.
That's right.
And look at the entertainment value you're getting out of this.
Starting off your Saturday morning with a bang.
I think we're just lucky there's some people out there that get the radio for free.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And really, they're too lazy to reach up to that dial and twist it.
Yep. That's good. All right, we'll be right back here in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM, streaming live on the web at WLCNonline.com.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We gotta let that play out.
Wow.
Gotta let it play out.
Let's lose control.
Let that go, man.
Hey, we have breaking ESPN news. Breaking news. Bears agree to terms with former Jets wide receiver Santonio Holmes.
And Santonio Holmes. I got to tell you, he's a guy that I can't cheer for ever since they took that Super Bowl away from us.
Oh, that's petty.
It's not petty, man.
That's selfish.
Cardinals may never be in a Super Bowl again. Well, this year they'll have a home game. That's right. We already talked about it.
So all you Bears fans, phone lines are open, 737-3791. Do you like that pickup?
You asking me or you asking the fans? Call in and tell us if you like that pickup. If you're asking me,
I'm asking you.
Nah.
Well, all personal issues aside.
He has made some big catches. You know what? The Bears are right there.
No.
You know what?
I know. I hate I shouldn't say I hate preseason football because I love football.
That
period.
doesn't mean a thing.
But their defense is not looking good. And yes, it is preseason. But
you know my philosophy.
It's also Jacksonville's preseason, and the Bears, their defense just did not. I don't know. I know it's vanilla right now. You don't really game plan for these games. You're trying to see these younger kids get in there and see who you're going to keep. You got to trim that roster down here after week 3 from 90-some to 50-some. So, yeah, but I don't know. We have some big questions. Linebackers, a big question, and our defensive backs. I think our defensive line is going to be solid. We're deep. But I don't know. We'll see.
The Bears, though, what they've got this year, are what I think is that they can score more points. Like I always told Shane, if you want to win games, score more points. You know, the Bears can score 35 points a game.
Absolutely.
You can win a lot of games
but
if
they
you
can
score
also
30
give
points.
up 40 points.
Well, yeah, they're going to have to outscore teams. They're not going to stop them.
Well, we'll see. I know it's preseason. Take it for what it's worth, but
I was impressed with Palmer the other night.
Really?
Yeah, I thought just because he's Carson's little brother, I kind of like him. Let's get them both playing.
No. Clausen's going to be the backup. Clausen's more mobile, throws a better ball, doesn't hang on to it as long as Palmer. Palmer, he had a drive to win the game, but that's also against 4th and 5th stringers.
Well, that's what he is.
Right, and you only keep 2 quarterbacks.
They may need to keep 3.
They might keep 3.
Cutler's going to be, Cutler's not making it.
I tell you though, the series minus the first series, that was just I don't know what happened there, 3 and out. But that second series, they drove the ball right down the field. Cutler had all day to pass. He had time, and you don't see that very often. And we have a couple of linemen not even playing right now. Mills is out, and Van Putten, whatever the guy they just picked up, he's hurt. They'll be ready though. Injuries right now, they kind of keep them secret. I mean, even if you got just a little bruise, they're keeping you out, especially the veterans and the guys you know they're starting. You don't want to take any more risks. But I don't know.
I tell you what, I like the Bears. They're all right.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, hey, I want to go back to this Rod Clark thing because it's very interesting stuff, and I know there's a lot of baseball people out there.
Okay.
My buddy Scotty Neese, he was a good baseball player. I don't think he could ever beat me in wiffle ball, but he had these. He sent me this newspaper article, which it's pretty good. But I want to tell you about Rod Clark's stats. As a junior, Rod had 42 hits in 77 at bats.
Wow.
That's a .545 batting average. He had 47 RBIs, which was 29 more than second place. That's a big year.
Yeah.
And then as we go on through this article, which I thought was pretty interesting, the head coach was Sam Madonia, which is some funny stuff. Larry Lesson was on, who works for Country Financial, was a pitcher, and he was 8-0. He gave up 14 runs in 43 innings. Only 9 of them were earned. Vinny Rainforth on that team. Yeah, stay on that side of the walk, my friend. There's the Logan County Herald trying to get us to say their name on the air. There, we did it. But anyway, Rod Clark, that's one heck of a season. I was wondering if anybody out there, knew what 77 at-bats, 42 hits, 47 RBIs for a 545 average. I just wondered if any of you baseball people out there, if you knew of a better Lincoln High School regular season average. That's pretty tough to beat.
That is.
There you go.
Well, let's keep it with baseball, Joe. Do you get into the Little League World Series at all?
I've been watching a little bit of it, yep.
I'll tell you, the Philadelphia, they have a girl pitching for them, Monet.
I haven't seen her pitch.
Davis. I guess she throws like 74 miles an hour, which translates in the MLB to what, Lloyd? About 100 miles per hour? 150. Lloyd says 150.
Lloyd, get that phone out and find out. He's always on that thing. Find out what that means.
I believed him. 150. Because you got to believe what Lloyd says. He's the baseball guy. But she throws a 2-hitter to beat Nashville.
A 2-hitter.
Now, when you think of a girl pitching, I'm not. You
be careful.
I'm not. This is overhand pitching.
Thin ice here.
I know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
She's not throwing it underhand. She's throwing overhand.
And get Coach Cooper up here on you.
Well, we've tried to get him up here for several months, and he won't come.
He's scared.
But that's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. And you know what? You got to. I'd love to look back. I don't know a thing. So if you know something, call us. I just have heard about her, but I wonder what her background is. Of who helped her get like this. Especially. Let's face it, in a male-dominated sport,
right?
How did you become this good a pitcher? Somewhere along the way, she had to have some help from a dad, a cousin, an uncle, or somebody that was helping her get like this.
And then up in Chicago, they're in a Little League World Series, Illinois. Chicago's Pierce Jones, 3 home runs in a game.
Yeah, I saw that too. I read.
Went 5 for 5, 3 home runs. One of their home, like his third home run, or I don't know, maybe second. The ball was over his head. Freak went up, hit it, gone.
What was his size? Do you know?
I don't know, but then they interviewed him after the game. He sounds like he's about 20. He got that deep voice, but just a quick mature. And for our trivia question today, phone lines open 737-3791. When was the last time an Illinois team made it to the Little League World Series? What year?
That is a good question. But they always say, you know what?
You might have been in high school.
What will hairy legs get you?
An itch?
8th grade state championships.
Oh. An itch. Okay.
Know what I mean?
I do now. Where do you come up with this stuff?
You know what?
You've been around a long time.
I study a lot. I go to the library a lot and read.
Well, you're reading the wrong books. You're going to win a free stuffed Doria pizza, a large one topping, valued at about $50. If you call in 737-3791. When was the last time an Illinois team made it to the Little League World Series?
I wouldn't have any idea. I did notice about the Little League World Series, some of those coaches aren't trying to get in the game. They're not dressed in the outfit. They're like just dressed casual.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they've got really strict because some of these Little League teams, the coaches can get out of hand. You've seen it. I've seen it. And it just seems that their demeanor is on the low key. I mean, and they're on national stage. And we got a caller right here, so our producer.
Live wire. It scared him. Look at it.
It's right in his,
where he was.
Right in his ear. Go ahead, caller. You there?
Hello. Hang with us, caller.
Hang up.
He hung up.
Oh, you didn't hang up.
Or maybe we hung up on you.
We could have hung up on you.
Try again.
Try again. You scared our boss. The phone rang. You scared him half asleep.
We're not used to having callers.
Would you act interested, Jim, at least while we're here? We know it's hard, but stay awake.
Yeah, pretty impressive. The Chicago team beat a team out of Washington State. It was like 12-2, and this Pierce Jones, 3 bombs.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Be interesting to follow, if you could write his name down somewhere and follow him.
Yeah, and
See how
in
he
about
does, see how he
4 or
ends
5
up.
years. And,
Yeah.
well, you go back to other Little League World Series. I don't really have any names to throw out there, but there are major league players, obviously, right now that had success in the Little League World Series, and that's pretty neat. And it's a big deal. I mean, it's over in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and nice field. Did you ever play there? You look like a Little League World Series player. You look like a little scrappy second baseman.
I did play second base, but no, never in the Little League World Series. All right, let's change places. Let's talk. I want to hear your point of view on this Tony Stewart deal. Everybody knows what we're talking about.
That's a very touchy subject.
Yep.
I'm not a real big NASCAR fan, so for me to give my point of view would just be stupidity talking.
It's never stopped you before.
Well, I know, but that's right. Okay, so here's my opinion. Tony Stewart, obviously, last Saturday, racing a dirt track, Upper New York, got into a bump with was it Gary Ward Jr.?
Yes, I think that's the name.
He put him into the wall. Well, he didn't like
Kevin
that.
Ward.
Kevin Ward, I'm sorry. Kevin Ward Jr. Was put in the wall, out of the race. So he didn't like that. A big NASCAR guy didn't like him putting him in the wall. So he got out of his car, went down the track. That's rad. Got out of his car, and you've seen dirt tracks. Lincoln's out there. It's not it's not really well lit, and
sure.
It's got a slope. It's dirt. The guy's in a black fire suit, race suit. I don't know. Does he do it on purpose? Absolutely not.
I don't think so either.
No. Now, some people say he was trying to embarrass him by throwing dirt up on him. They interviewed the driver right behind him, and he said Tony did everything in his power to get away from that driver when he saw him. Because I don't know anything about cars or even the sprint cars, but when you turn, you're also turning your back wheels, and the left wheel is smaller than the right wheel for turning purposes. And when he did that, the back end slid out, and I guess hit Kevin Ward Jr. and threw him 50 feet, and I guess broke his neck. And
yeah, if it's my family member, I'm very upset with it. Probably accusing Tony of everything.
Well, they're talking criminal charges.
Sure.
This is something, and they're doing it right. You just got to let it blow over. Let everybody, get focused, calm down, level-headed. Still keep your investigation going on.
Coon dog, keeping our power on.
But I don't know. It's a sad story.
It's a very sad story.
Yeah,
and
obviously.
I would look at Tony Stewart as such a professional, and he's there going around that track, and this kid's 20. That I just can't see that type of anger coming out of him that he wanted to come around.
Right.
And he would try to hit him on purpose.
Absolutely
I just don't
not.
think he
absolutely
would.
Not hitting him on purpose. Maybe, obviously, it was an accident, no doubt in my mind. But you don't know the circumstances, and that's why I don't even like to give my opinion, because I don't have one. I wasn't there. I don't know enough about it, and it's just tragic. And
I don't know the rules. Like you're talking
I know
about,
one rule is don't get out of your car.
Well, I was going to ask what if there's a caller, call in and tell us what is your true position to sit in that car until someone comes to help you.
They say
get the flag out.
The only reason that you should get out of your car if your life is threatened, if the car's on fire, leaking fuel, to that nature. But you should never get out of your car until the rescue team gets there and assesses the situation, gets everybody down to the bottom of the track, because that was they're still going probably 50 miles an hour around that track under yellow, because the wreck just happened, and it was that next lap he came back around. And those tracks aren't very big.
Short.
It's not a mile track. You're around that track within seconds.
Well, would you say it was Tony Stewart was there? Hey, there's your favorite mother-in-law.
Yeah, she better be listening.
She's a nice lady. You thought she'd have dropped off something for us to eat, but Neil probably took it. Hey, don't you think Tony was doing them some type of favor of being like a celebrity at that race?
Yeah, and that's what these guys do. Kenny Wallace, Kenny Schrader, Tony Stewart, they go to all these dirt tracks. They go to Macon a lot.
So it wasn't for him. It wasn't like a competitive natured. I need to win at all
brings in
costs.
fans.
Yeah,
It fills the
and that's
seats.
where I just think to me, it's just a horrible accident. But you know, you had all this scrutinizing of him going out there, and it's probably because he isn't.
They don't forget their roots. You know, those Southern guys, they don't forget their roots, and that's how they were brought up. And to be honest with you, it's probably a little more exciting of a race on a dirt track than it is NASCAR. You know, because you're sliding around and you're jockeying for position and anything can happen. Whereas, you know, NASCAR, one small move and, you know, that could put you at the end of the pack. This here, it's more, I shouldn't say racing, but more, I don't know the word I'm looking for.
It's more commando racing then.
Yeah, it's gun-ho.
Yeah,
like
you're going to get in and bump and run.
You know, spinning around the track sideways. And I don't know, it's unfortunate and it's a tragedy and you hate to see that. It's not the first time it's happened. It won't be the last.
No,
I can see him coming down, you know, as being a big rule. Don't get out of your car unless it's on fire. And, you know, you feel your safety's at risk. But I don't know. I don't have the answers.
I just wondered about it.
I don't know enough about it.
Tragic story.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, where are we moving on to next?
Well, we were at Little League Baseball, and you kind of just changed the subject on me.
Well, I thought we were out of it.
Well, we are now.
Well, wait a minute. Did you have some more? I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's all I had. And we are on Twitter. Follow us at WLCN Sports on Twitter. Do you tweet?
No.
Lloyd's our Twitter. He knows all about the tweeting.
Yep.
He's a tweeter.
I might get started in that. What I need something else to do on my phone. If I could find some more stuff
Well,
to do
you're
on my
always
phone.
doing stocks and all that
I
stuff.
get messing with that phone, the tweeter.
You'll be tweeting.
I'm gonna get started in it. Sounds fun.
Well, I don't tweet because I tweeted once and my kids yelled at me because I did it wrong. I tweeted myself.
Don't embarrass them.
No, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
If you don't do it
Well,
right.
we don't want that.
Yeah, what are you doing tweeting yourself? Mike, I thought I don't know what I'm doing. So I don't tweet because I just follow.
Yeah.
Hey, we still have this Stuffteria pizza here. One large topping pizza from Stuffteria. Any topping of your choice. 737-3791. The last time an Illinois team made it to the Little League World Series.
Hey, and lots of renovations going over there at Stuffteria.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's sided the building, red and green, regular colors.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been by there for a while. Hey, there's Mr. Gazzardo. Where's Nick?
About 10 minutes. Hey, now he looks
Well, I
funny
heard
driving
that
in
more
there.
than he did.
Yeah.
That was right in my ear.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you go to Gazzardo's to eat, it's always about a 10-minute wait.
I love Gazzardo's.
Whether there's a bus in there or it's empty. About 10 minutes.
Well, hey, Joe, let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk some MLB, a new commissioner in town, new sheriff, and fantasy football. We'll go over some fantasy football. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM, streaming live on the web, WLCNonline.com.
Baby, it's hot in here and it's oh so cool outside. Hey, if you lend me $1, I can buy some gas and we can go for a little ride. Just like it on the radio. Keep on working for I ain't got time for that. Just like talk about your husband, baby, keep on dancing or I'll find myself another cat.
Yeah, a little Elvis.
Hey, this is Louis. I should be a question on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's 1983.
You broke up a little bit.
1983.
1980. Yeah, who is this?
Louis Schonauer.
Louis, yeah.
Louis Schonauer.
You tweeted it and called in. You're the man.
You're a tweeter, huh, Louis?
Yeah, you know, I messed around on a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? What are you out doing today?
I was going to go golfing today, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen if it's going to rain.
Well, you can golf in the rain, Louis.
Is your dad
Yeah,
up
I
yet?
know. Yeah, he's up.
What's he doing? Just laying around the house? You know he's not going to do anything today.
I think he's eating some breakfast right now.
I was going to say, why don't you tell him to fire the grill up and make you some victuals later on? Tell him to get up and do something.
Well, come here and get your free pizza. There you go.
Where you guys at?
We're at Joe's.
We're in my office if you can.
Joe's Financial. We'll be here. We'll be here about another 10 minutes, and then you can always come up work hours from 8 to 11 during the week.
He thinks he's funny.
During the week?
8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Yes.
All right.
We'll be here till about 10:30 cleaning up. If you don't get it today, you can stop by any time and grab it up here. I'll have it up front.
Over at your place?
Yep.
All righty, sounds good.
All right, Louis. Thanks for
Louis.
calling.
Yep, no problem. Thank you.
See you.
That's Lincoln legend Louis Schonauer. 1983 was the last time an Illinois team made it to Williamsport for the Little League World Series.
I was 1 year old, born in '82.
Yep.
Look, coming by here.
Don't look a day
Paula
older.
Hill.
Yep.
Paula, you're on the radio.
Okay, what were we going to talk about here?
You were going to talk about something interesting.
Oh, fantasy football.
Yeah, there we go.
We got the Cheap Seats Fantasy Football Challenge this year. We're going to have the draft September 13th. Yes, I know it's the week after the season starts, but there's just too much going on right now until the season with
I'm not offended.
With the Balloon Fest, and we got a race we're doing next week, Up in Smoke, just all kinds of stuff. So September 13th is going to be our draft. Time and place is to be determined. I'm going to talk with Sean at the bowling alley. He said we could do it there. I just got to get a hold of him with details. We're going to shoot for around, 11 o'clock maybe. We'll sort that out later. It's going to be between 11 and 1, the draft.
I've been asked, how do they get in? How are you getting in?
Well,
so I thought you could tell them a little bit about that.
You can email cheapseats963@gmail.com, or just by word of mouth. If you know me, you want to call, or Joe or anybody with the radio station, say you want in, they'll get a hold of me and tell me.
Go ahead.
What were you going to say?
I was going to ask that question. It's the first 10 or 12?
First 12. We'll take the first 12. It's a little, the format of a regular, it's a little smaller format. We did it last year, and we talked about it, and it worked well. You're not drafting 18, 20 people on your roster. I think we had about 9 or 10 draft spots. I'm not really sure the exact number, but
I like it like that.
But you have to make transactions each week, especially after week 4 when all your bye weeks come into play, injuries and stuff like that. But there's enough players out there to pick up to do that because you're not drafting a full squad. So it worked out pretty well, and it keeps people more involved.
Absolutely.
Once you set, you got 18 guys on your roster, you set that roster, you may not touch it for a week or two and not even look at it because you're just going to ride with it. You got to keep on top of it, and it's tough, and some people found that out last year.
I like it better.
I do too.
It leaves a lot of more guys out in the pot to grab, and then you don't have people that are just sitting on players that are scoring points, but they're never in the roster because they're your backup.
Right.
I like it that way.
For instance, there's a guy that he had to drop Aaron Rodgers to pick somebody else up. That's when Rodgers was hurt. Well, another guy saw that. He picked Rodgers up immediately because he knew he was going to come back in 4 or 5 weeks or whatever it was. That's some of the
risk you take.
It's the risk you take.
Yeah, otherwise it's a little boring just sitting on players.
I like it, and it worked out well. People were excited about it. I had a lot more interest, especially when the season was over. Hey, how do I get into that? Well, and we're going to have some good prizes again. I don't know exactly what, but...
but that's all. Hey, you know what? It's free.
Yeah, it is
free.
free. It's gonna. We had last year. We had a recliner from Jake's Furnishings. We had a TV for P&M Communications. I'm sure they'll jump on board again. If not, we got all kinds of sponsors out there.
Free insurance.
Free insurance.
Free insurance for 2 years out of the United States.
Maybe. Let's see. Maybe we can get a hold of Jim Grimaldi. Maybe he can give you a free DUI case.
Get out of jail free card.
Fricky Calvert Schrader for your home. Maybe throwing a casket or something. I don't know. We'll do something. But
boy, he went a different direction there, didn't he?
I did.
Holy cow!
Well, we got great sponsors, and
yes, we do.
Thank God we do, because they keep us on the airwaves.
Because if this were pay radio, our fees would be down.
We'd literally be making 1 penny. But no, it's fun. And plus, right now there's a lot of fantasy footballs going on, drafts. It's hard to get these draft dates set up, just because people are typically in 2 or 3 drafts, and trying to find a draft date that everybody's eligible is tough.
It's tough.
This is a week after the season. Watch week 1, get an idea. Come out week 2, have a draft.
And you're talking about a Saturday.
A Saturday.
So at like 11 maybe.
Yeah,
at the
bowling alley. And, they have great food out there, ice-cold beverages. So we'll go out, hang out, draft a team. Probably do it the same way we did last year. I'll hook a laptop up to their big screen, do the draft that way. That way everybody can get an idea who's on the board and who's off. And
I can't compliment those guys out there at that bowling alley enough. That is a nice place.
Absolutely.
I'm Maury.
And, you know, they're going to have the NFL Sunday ticket again out there this year. You can go out and literally
Great
watch.
food, reasonably priced. It's clean.
Their food is
all
phenomenal.
The TVs. It's awesome out there.
And, you know, if you want to shoot some pool, they got video gaming out there now. You want to go throw $20 in, try to double it, you can do that. Yeah, it's a good place to go, and it's fun.
Yep.
It's Family Fun Center.
Family Fun Center.
Yeah, it's not Family Boring Center. It's Family Fun Center.
What would you call this, us on the radio?
Pathetic.
Yeah, we'll have some callers that'll probably tell us that.
Yeah, so if you want to sign up for the Cheap Seats Fantasy Football Challenge, 2nd edition, you can email.
Is it AC/DC, or we're going to play Hell's Bells? Is that what's, Jim, you bringing that in? Tell you what, nice work.
Yeah, he's got it. He got some
I can find it.
sound effects.
Look at that.
All right, we're done with the bell. All right, email.
Hey, we got little brother touring with AC/DC. You know AC/DC guy? His son, right? Which one's sick, Angus or Malcolm Young? The guitar player?
Angus.
Yeah, his son is now, they're going to tour and his son's going to play guitar.
Really?
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
AC/DC's got to be in their 60s.
That just completed my day for that knowledge.
Hey, AC/DC, baby.
All right, if you want to get on the fantasy football wagon, email cheapseats963@gmail.com.
I'm going to do it right now. I'm getting in.
You can't get in. You work for the station. Plus, we're giving away. You're going to give away something.
Well, I could like to win my own stuff back.
Well,
Maybe we could win a Phillies raincoat. Poncho, if you will.
He did bring a raincoat, didn't he?
Yeah, he's scared of the rain.
He is.
Always
Lloyd's always prepared. He is. All right. Or, you know what? If you want to get on, you can also tweet us at WLCN Sports. Tweet Lloyd, and he'll let us know if you want in. It's going to fill fast.
Now, the draft, you must be present at, or you do it online?
You have to be present.
Have to be present.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're not there, you're not in.
Okay.
And if it fills up, this happened to us last year. It filled up, and there's other people wanting in. Well, they just kind of came there. Somebody doesn't show up, draft time, you're in.
Yep.
You know,
I agree.
It's, you know, they don't wait.
Must be present to win.
Yeah, they don't wait on the NFL draft. If you don't have your pick in, we'll pass you right up. So,
there's a guy that knows a little bit about sports. Huh? Who'd he say?
Somebody's going to call in. Haji?
I don't know what we couldn't hear you, Phil. You're out. You're obviously listening.
Give us a wave if you're listening. 1,
2,
3.
Yeah.
Well,
we're still looking. Nope.
No, you got held
Stop
up
at the railroad if you like 96.3. He turned.
He don't like us. 1, 2, 3.
This is what it sounded like when I took the ball and went down the lane in 8th grade.
Well, Joe, hey, next week we're at the Stagger Inn Family-Friendly Bar and Grill in downtown Emden for the 3rd annual ALS 5K Run Walk. You going to be with us?
Absolutely.
Good, because last year I had to do that thing solo.
Not this year.
That's hard to do.
We're going in there with our bats are going to be hot. We're going in there live.
That's right. We may, I don't know, run it. You want to run it?
No.
Okay. All right. I won't either.
I'm not going to run it.
On Saturday, August 30th, we'll be at the new Mission Mart located at 119 North Sangamon Street.
Sing that song. I kind of like it. Nice.
Mission Mart.
Mission Mart. They may want us to do that jingle for them.
I doubt it. They just lost 50% of their customers. And also be sure to check us out on Comcast Channel 5 in Lincoln and Mount Pulaski for film coverage of the Scott Kirby, Jake Johnson Cheap Seats live show featuring Joe Ryan. You can also watch it on the web at WLCNonline.com. And
the Sutcliffe jersey.
Rick. I always thank you to the Lincoln Hampton Inn on the west side for providing our fresh coffee and pastries in the morning. Call the Lincoln Hampton Inn at Hotel at 732-6729 and enjoy all the amenities, including a free hot breakfast.
Nice place out there, that Hampton Inn.
Absolutely. Well, Joe, that's going to do it for us today. Looks like it's getting ready to rain, so we need to get this all picked up and out of here before it gets all wet and we get electrocuted.
There we go. Yeah, we better get up and get out.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Cheap Seats 96.3 FM, streaming live on the web, WLCNonline.com.